Hi guys, I'm Ange and I'm one half of E3 Sweet Updates on Twitter. We update you on Emblem 3 in Hershey, but yesterday Katie and I at Sup Wesley, we went to the hashtag Van Life Tour 2014 in Philly, and this is going to be like my experience and just going to tell you about the tour, which I have to say, coming back from it last night, that me and my mom both agreed it was one of the best shows we've been to, and it was my 11th concert and my second time seeing them. I feel like you actually did get the real E3 experience. Those boys put their heart and soul into that show, and honestly, it was amazing to me. And so with that said, I'm going to tell you about my day. So I woke up at like 7 o'clock, so I had to go to school yesterday, and all my teachers were freaking out because they're like, you shouldn't leave school early for a concert. I'm like, high school diploma, Emblem 3. You get the gist. So I left my school, which I live in York, so I left at like 10:45, and we were on the way to the road, but we like had to stop for drinks at Sheetz because I was not getting to Philly. But it was really foggy and rainy, so driving was kind of dangerous, but it was okay. We made it there by like 1 o'clock, and then I got out of the car because we couldn't find parking, and the venue was just in this really ghetto neighborhood, and I hate to say that word, but it was. It was like, I don't know, I've always gone to the TLA in Philly, but this was the Tower Theater, and I mean, the venue was great, but it was like really hard to find parking. So I got out of the car and I got in line, and my mom went to go find parking, and these girls in front of me got out of line, all that gist, and all these girls were judging me. I think that's the only thing I hate about the fandom, is that they were judging me, because I'm like 4'10", but I'm 16. They were judging me like I was a little child, and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm 16. You need to shut the F up. So anyway, I'm trying to get along with them, but you know, whatever. They're like, how can we meet them? I'm like, you go to their bus by the end of the night. Like, that's pretty obvious with every concert. So then, my mom came down and she got me a sliced pizza, and I'm eating it, and we meet this 16-year-old girl, I forget her name, and she came up with us, and then this lady's walking by, it's like, anyone need meet and greet tickets? I was like, what? Yes, over here, lady. She's like, my 4 daughters aren't coming, I have 4 tickets, do you want one? I was like, yep, here's $60. She's like, that's fine. And she's like, you have to stick with us, and you can come in and get your ticket. So 2 other girls, who I'm going to remember their Twitter names, Kathy and Mabel, I think. Is that her name? I'm not sure. If I said it wrong, I'm so sorry. Mabel is at KittyCat on Twitter, and Kathy is at Wes is my hot mess. And they purchased 2 tickets. So we were all excited. We went in line, and the girl like signed us in and whatever. So we got our passes, which this is like the holographic side, which I think is really cool. And then the back had our group number, which you really can't read. I was group number 20. Oh man, it was exciting, and we were all like flipping out. And then you got a raffle ticket, which I don't have anymore. It was red. It was for the Girl Next Door thing, which if you don't know about that, if you have VIP for Chloe or Sunset Boulevard, it's a ticket and you get it ripped off and put it into this thing, and the guys pick out a winner, and you get to go on stage during a song, which I'm not going to say until the very end, because I was a little surprised by this. And then they gave us a USB port thing that's like made of wood and has the E3 logo, and all I could think was, yeah, our boys would do that. So the boys were late to get to the like acoustic session and Q&A because they were at the Ryan Seacrest Childhood Cancer Fund, and they were at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and they also went go-karting. Those boys. So we waited, like, our show was originally supposed to start at 3:15, and it didn't. I think it started like 4:15. So they were running really late, like an hour. We were waiting inside. But then we all got in, and this guy's like, you guys can go into the pit. or you can stay in your seats. And like me, Kathy, and Mabel are like, yeah, we're gonna go into the pit. And we're walking into the acoustic, and to our right, we see Lorraine. And we're like, oh my God, it's Lorraine. But we didn't want to get like, interrupt her, because all these people were going to her, and some people got pictures with her, but I wanted just to see the guys. So we get there, and we go to the acoustic show, and everyone's pushing, and I'm just like, really? It doesn't really matter. But they came on stage, and Drew sat down, and he had headphones in, so it was kind of like, whoa, bro. But then Wes and Keaton came out, and Wes was tanking it. It was hot, man. It was hot. And then they sang Spaghetti one day and Sunset Boulevard. And during Sunset Boulevard, Drew went, he like got up and he was like mumbling, and then he left stage. And Wes was like, oh, well, he broke his phone. He just got a new one. He broke it again. Like, that Drew wasn't feeling well. So that was that. And then we went, then they're like, oh, the manager was like, we're going to go call you guys up to go to the meet and greet. So she was calling groups, and you went in by like group 20, 21, like after all that. I don't even know how many groups there were. All I know is that was group 20. And it was in the Sunset Boulevard. You had a package. It was 4 people to a group. So it was me, Mabel, Kathy, and this other girl. I don't know her name. I don't know. Okay, and we were in line, and we were also in line with at Stromberg, right? Is that her username? Stromberg's maybe, but it's with a U. Her name is Cece, and she's really cool. She was chilling, and she was like, her and Kathy were freaking out over Wes, and me and Mabel were like freaking out over Keaton. It was really fun, and so then we like got up the steps, and we were like, oh my God, there they are. And, like, we're all checking ourselves, making sure we're pretty. And the guy's like, he's like, oh, let me see your passes. And he's like, yep, you're group 20, go to the side. And he was like, wait for us. And I was like, I just want to make out with them. He's like, you could do it. I'm like, bro, my first question was, I just want to make out with them. Do you think they'll let me? And he's like, that's up to them, not me. And I was like, oh. And then we started talking about hedgehogs, which I don't know how I got on the thing with that. I think he was talking about cats. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. So then it was our turn, and me and Mabel ran to Keaton, and I ran to like in between Keaton and Wes, but we like hugged him like this. We're like, oh, Keaton! And then we got ready for our photo. I was like, oh, hey, Wes. And then I was like, hey, Wes, can I wear your snapback? And he's like, sure. So he puts it on me, and Keaton's like, she just wanted your swag, bro. And I was like, oh my God, Keaton, whatever. So then Mabel and I got our phone cases, and I had a Sharpie, and I gave Wes a hug. Well, actually, I put his snapback on, and I was like kind of guiding on him, and I put it back on, and then he like hugged me, and he kissed me right here. It was the sweetest thing ever. I was just like, oh, I love you. And then he signed my phone case. So Wesley, Keaton, and Drew. The reason, well, I have a life proof, but the reason it's in bags because it was coming off and I didn't want it to, but yeah, that's where that. And so then I went up to Keaton, and Keaton said at Mixtape Festival in Hershey that he would go to homecoming with me, and I was like, you said you would go to homecoming with me, but you never did. And he was like, I wish if I had time. And I was like, it's all right, I still love you. And he's like, I love you too. And that made my heart melt, but I hugged him. And then I went over to Drew, and I was like, Drew, you like seriously have helped me through this past year. It's been really shitty for me. And he was kind of cold. He was like, he hugged me, and he like nuzzled into my hair. And then he was like, I was like, I hope you feel better, because it didn't seem like he felt okay. And he's like, I feel fine. I'm like, no, you don't. Because the last time I met you, you were so jolly. And then we all freaked out. And yeah. And then we were supposed to get like time to like go get something to eat and go get merch, like first to merch. But we weren't, because we were running late for the meet and greet because of the boys running late. And they let G-A and not J-E. They let J-G-E. Oh my God, they let J-G-A. They let general admission in. And, well, I like kind of rushed to the line. I already knew what I wanted. So I mean, it wasn't that bad. But I went to my mom and I like screamed. And the lady was trying to give me a hassle, but VIP got in before anyone else. So I was like, shut up. So I went in, I got my mom's credit card, and I went to the merch table, and they were really nice. They had credit cards, and I got the sweatshirt in a medium because I don't trust them. My Chloe shirt says I'm a Chloe is a large, and it's like super tight. So I got a medium. It's the hang loose sweatshirt. So it just has hang loose, and I thought it was cool because it has palm trees in it, and it's red and blue. It says Emblem 3, Tour 14, and then it's just plain black. And it's honestly super long. Do you not, like, yeah, right, yeah, you can see, it's super long. So I think it's going to be good for, like, the winter because it's Pennsylvania, and probably be good for leggings. My school has a rule in that. And I just wear a messy bunny sports bra. Okay, so then I was calling Katie while I was in line, and she was just right behind. So me, her, and Kara, it's at Blaze Rays. Okay, all these will be in the description box. They will. They'll be in the description box. Everyone I'm mentioning will be in the description box because you guys should go follow them because they're like really awesome people. Anyway, so then we met up, and I had to get food because I hadn't eaten really at all. And I got food, and then we were just waiting, and Jackson Gerthy came on. We were in the bathroom, because I don't know, I think I had to pee, but I was like, I don't gotta pee anymore, because the lines were really long. This show, I think I saw about 4 or 5 guys, and they're like boyfriends escorting their girlfriends, maybe a friend, or they were gay, which I have no problem with, but that was like what I saw. And then there were some dads there, but not many. There was like 3-year-olds there, and I'm like, why are you taking your kid to a 3 concert when they're 3? I have an issue with that because they talk about smoking, drinking, getting high. Cigarello is not high, but it's like they talk about getting high, and they were cursing, but whatever. If you want to fill your children's mind with that, be my guest. So I went to my seat, which I wasn't sitting with my mom. So I got in my seat, and I was with these 2 other girls, I don't even know. And I'm watching Jackson Gerthy, and he wasn't that bad for an opening act. He was actually really good. I was surprised, but, you know, a lot of people were on their phones, and I find that's just really, I don't know, it's really, like, obnoxious and rude for you to be on your phone. He was asked to be out on tour. He probably has a following if he's coming up. And, you know, you should give him a chance and listen to him. And he was actually pretty good. I think I need to go. I was actually just watching an interview with him. I was going to go online and just listen to some of his songs. I mean, some of the beats are really good. And he can play can play piano. I was like, oh, that's cool. But in front of me were like 4 seats that were empty. So I texted Katie after. I was like, hey, my mom's sitting on one of these seats. Do you want to move up with us? So we met up, we moved in. And then MKTO came on, and of course, those guys brought the hype. I swear. Oh my god. So I'm trying to like see, because I'm 4'10". That's like kind of legal midget right there. And it was so hard for me to see. So this security lady came up to me. She's like, how many people are in your party? And I'm like, 4, including me. And she's like, well, I'm going to see if I can get you up close because I'm tired of watching you jump. And because you're short. And I was like, oh my god. I tapped Katie. I was like, we're going up front. And she found us a spot. And the way the seats were, I don't know how to explain it. We were in the back, like underneath the balcony. We got up. We were underneath the balcony anymore. And we were put like in the left, like looking towards the stage, kind of like that. And we had really good seats then. Yeah, Katie started from all the way back here, and we got to like here. It was pretty awesome that she did that. And we watched MKTO, and MKTO, honestly, they're amazing. My mom even said that she likes them more now that they're like live, because she was like, they brought so much hype to the place. And then it was time for Emblem 3, and by then I was like probably losing my voice after MKTO. But it was time for Emblem 3, and they got their set, and we saw that they had a fridge, and we're like, the fudge? What they would. They had skate ramps, a fridge, a surfboard, this E3, and like Christmas lights, which I had an issue with because their 3 had 2 strands of blinking lights, and I have OCD about that. But yeah, they came on with I Love LA, and they did every song except Spaghetti and Shiznit and Do It All Again. That's the only 2 songs they didn't play, but they played throughout the night, and it came time where they sang, you know how everyone's gonna think it's stupid, but on Instagram they have a thing that's like Milwaukee or Philly, what do you want to hear? We wanted to hear Jaden, but they played Say What You Mean and I Wish Anyway. So I feel like that was rigged. Like, maybe they don't play Jaden, but I feel like they played like all their songs. They played Curious, Say What You Mean. They even played Indigo, and I love Indigo like so much you don't even know. That's like my jam, and I was so surprised. Katie and I are dancing. Kara was my photographer, which I feel bad now, but thank you because you took amazing pics that I couldn't. And honestly, they were so good. And their last song was I Wish, and then they left. Oh, no, shit. The last song was Chloe, obviously. And we're all like, that just like was amazing. I love Chloe. Katie hates Chloe, but I was jamming, man. Jamming. And then they left, and everyone's like screaming like, come back, encore, E3, E3. So they came back, and they did a cover of Hotel California, which was pretty impressive, honestly. Like, I was jamming to that too. And then they played Sunset Boulevard, which I feel like they had that planned out. Then they played Sunset Boulevard, and they left. And then I went out. Then we left. And honestly, like, my mom even said, like, they played 3,000 Miles, and it was so amazing. Everyone had their phones out, and we were just waving them back and forth. It was like, it made my heart just feel like swell to see these boys, like, oh my god. And I actually met them, oh my god, still. But they were just so good, and my mom was like, with all the screams you girls were doing, all these girls, you guys could have like been like Monsters Inc. and Scream Power could have lit up the whole tri-state area. I was like, oh my god, that's so true. But leaving the concert, there was a lot of scalpers, which I just want to warn everyone about. Emblem 3 will have a merch table, and if you want to preview the stuff, go online to emblem3.com and go to their store because they have all the stuff. That's how I found out about the thing. But honestly, here's what I wouldn't do. I thought that this sweatshirt was going to be $40. It was $60. But it's $45 on the website. So if you were going to buy something, maybe purchase it on the website. Like, it's something like this. Like, I know they charge $5 extra for hot shorts. So I'm just saying, buy like your merch online maybe. Because they always have tour shirts. I feel like I always get my tour shirts like for Christmas because they're like half off and stuff. But there was a bunch of scalpers who made shirts and like were trying to sell them for like half off, $10. And we're like, it's not official merch. Honestly, I paid for it in the venue, I see. But some people were buying it. I'm like, what if they messed up? So, okay, I'm gonna like stop ranting about scalpers right now and just go that Emblem 3 did an amazing job. Honestly, one of the best nights of my life. God, I'm so blessed. The Lord just, I know some people aren't religious, but if you personally know me, you would know I've had a really shitty year, and like these past like 3 days right now have been like God sent. Like He's trying to say there's some hope for you. I feel like I'm gonna go on the right path because honestly, I really wanted VIP for Christmas, but my parents are separated and my mom lost her job in December. So there was no way that I could afford it. I paid for my own tickets to get into the show, and there was no way, like my mom was even stressing about gas money. And when my dad gave me money, the lady who's $100 for meet and greet, I got it for $60. Like that made me feel so good. Like I got a bargain on it too, but the fact that that lady walked by me, it made me like a God sent, like a God like sent, because I was getting really like, I was sad seeing all these like VIPs go in, and I was so blessed. I'm also blessed to have 2 great friends, Kara and Katie, for like sticking with me throughout the night. And we had a dope time. I'm not even kidding you. We were jamming. I say jamming a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah, MKTO did a great job. Jackson Gerthy, I'm hoping to hear more from him. He was on the Ellen Show. I want to know how he got on the Ellen Show and Emblem 3 hasn't been on the Ellen Show. Well, I kind of don't want them on the Ellen Show because then people know who he is, just can't, man, can't. Honestly, I see great things for Emblem 3 going into the future. Honestly, I'm telling you, this is my 11th concert, and I used to love All-Star Weekend with like all my heart, but All-Star Weekend just got trumped by Emblem 3. If you haven't bought your tickets for the rest of the tour dates on the hashtag VanLife Tour, you need to go buy some. I don't care if it's pit or if it's in the balcony, you need to go just for the experience. And I'm pretty sure there's some VIP packages for some cities, but the rest are sold out, so I was honestly God sent. But I think that's my end of my E3 experience for hashtag VanLife Tour. Thank you so much for watching, and honestly, just go. Go to the show. It'll be one of the best decisions you've made ever. Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys on Twitter. Bye.